That's a beautiful, beautiful first question. What a wonderful way to start. So thank you very much for this question. I'm going to pick another question from a personal box. Derek, do you have any question? If you have any question, you can just pass it to me. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to start by taking questions from the pink color box. So if you have questions, just feel free to let me know. It's really great to see many of you joining in. Thank you very much for joining in. We have individuals joining in and watching live on YouTube, individuals watching on Facebook, individuals watching on Instagram as well. So great to have all of you. Let's pick the first question from the box and we shall answer them. Oops, this one fell out. We have this question right here. So I'll read. The question is, how do you deal with people not liking you online, especially when you are communicating something that you firmly believe in? I think this is a very, very powerful question. It's a question not just in the minds of individuals who are starting out, individuals who are already there, and individuals who are at a whole new different level and want to pump to a different level. You realize one common denominator, and that is, regardless of how good your content is, and I think I've said this on multiple occasions as well, that no matter how good your content is, and it's not just me, many other individuals say the same as well, not because it's a cliche, but because it's so true, yeah, that no matter how good your content is, for every 1,000 likes that you get, you're going to get 10, 20, maybe even 100 thumbs down. For every 10 fans that you get, you might get one hater. And some of the comments that come in don't even make any sense. I have received comments for some of my videos saying things like, if you give me genuine feedback, like for instance, if you feel that, you want to hear more of this type of content instead of this type of content you've heard of many times, that is good feedback. So at least I know what's the market response. But if you come up with content like, Darren, I think I don't like your eyes, or I think I don't like your lips, these are things which I personally don't think that I'm going to go for any drastic surgery or any form of cosmetic correction just to make you happy. The thing is, it's just one of the few individuals who give, comments like this. A good friend of mine, and my brother also shared with me, Derek can affirm to this. Derek also shared with me that he read it on multiple platforms, that when individuals have nothing more to comment about you than your hair or your lips or your eyes, that means you have pretty much done very well in the other areas that do matter. For example, your content. For example, your subject matter expertise. For example, your authenticity, and for example, your confidence and charisma, speaking in front of a crowd. So that is what matters to me even more. So nowadays when we see comments like, oh, Darren, you are Asian, or Darren, your lips is shaped weirdly and whatever. So all these comments, we are happy in a way because we are no longer upset by it. We're able to toss them out and change our relationship with it. Now, Tony Robbins once, I believe, quote a famous philosopher. And it goes something like this, that if you want nobody to dislike you, you want nobody to give you negative comments, you want nobody to say nasty things about you, then you post nothing, you do nothing, and you be nobody, right? So if you want to be somebody, you want to do something, you want to give some value, you want to say something and mean something, then be prepared to have just some individuals who hate you. One perfect story that I can think of that would really settle this is, there's this famous story that's going around either by way of a YouTube video or a Facebook post. You might have seen this before. It shows a couple, a male and a female couple with a donkey going to the wet market. One day, they decided to go to the wet market with the donkey, and both of them decided not to ride or to sit on the donkey, just side by side walk with the donkey. And you have people saying these two people are just nuts. They are crazy. They don't know how to make use of resources by sitting on the donkey. These people are just crazy. So when they heard that, day two, they decided to change what they do, decided to have the wife sit on the donkey and the husband walk. And guess what? There were some people who commented that this wife is such a bully. This wife is so cruel. This wife is just someone who is not sensitive enough, who just seems like the big lady in the house, not sensitive enough to the needs of the husband, make the husband walk. How selfish. Then, the next day, they decided to change. And this time around, the husband sits on the donkey, the wife walks. And again, you have some individuals who say that, you know what, I think this husband is just a male chauvinist. This husband has zero care for the wife. How dare he makes the wife walk? Yeah, haven't you heard of care for your wife? Happy wife, happy life. So the next day, they decided to change, where both of them sit on the donkey and then go to the wet market. And guess what? Again, people are upset. Some people said something along the lines of, how can two people sit on the donkey? That's just so cruel. That's animal cruelty. Yeah. So the next day, they decided not to sit on a donkey, but they would carry the donkey and walk to the wet market, thinking that in this way, no one is going to blame me for animal cruelty. Guess what? Some people said things again, and they said things like, these two individuals, this couple, they're just plain dumb. The donkey is meant for you to ride. It's not meant for you to carry to the wet market. So here's the thing. Whatever the permutation of a choice that you take, there's going to be someone who's going to disagree with you. There's going to be someone who's going to say something else about that. And they're not going to like you for it. So why not choose something that you firmly believe in? Choose something that you are genuinely happy about. Choose something that there will be no regrets. Because by the time you hit a few minutes, when you're at your deathbed, a few minutes before you leave and depart this world, we all do, right? You're not going to care about what this person said about me and my donkey and what this person said about me and my public speaking skills and me and my lips. Who's going to care about that? You're really going to care more about the impact that you've made and the people that you truly care about. So to these individuals, you don't really have to care. So one of the best things is to not let it get to you. Letting it go is tougher than to hold on to it. So when it's that difficult to hold on to it, let it go. Know that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, there will be some people who will hate you, who will dislike you for it. So why not just focus on the people that love you, right? So one really important thing, and that is about speaking online or speaking in front of a camera. Many a times, a lot of individuals fear to go out because they fear that the moment I put myself out there or I speak in front of a camera, if I do a bad job, it means it can be shared very easily. It can be shared amongst a lot of individuals. And that stops them from putting quality content out there. And this is what I would say is that you're shortchanging yourself quite a bit. Many a times, if you take a look at even some of the best YouTube influencers, you look at some of the best online presenters, look at some of the best podcast creators, their first few projects were not exactly fantastic as well. And in this day and age where there's just so much information out there, it is important for us to strike the right balance between quality and quantity. It is not to have that perfect version, but it's to have that great enough version, to have that little room for imperfection, for lack of a better term, and still get your content out there, because until and unless your content is out there, no one is probably not going to know more about your authority or to know about your subject matter expertise, okay? There are times when I start a presentation without power in my voice, and I struggle to project my voice with a certain tone, and how can I, start energetically. In the middle of my presentation, my vocal projection, it got better. So here the key is, there are times when I start a presentation without power in my voice, and then I struggle to project my voice, with maybe an awkward tone. So how do I start energetically? This is often, we actually do have we do have training classes on vocal variety. We do have training classes on how to work on vocal projection and all. Usually it takes quite a significant amount of time to go into the intricacies and the practices and the evaluation checklist. But again, this is not a time in which I'm selling any programs. I will not even mention the name of the program here. This is a general Q&A. I just thought of giving just value, right? But there's only that much I can share within a short period of time. So I'm just going to share two very important things that you can use. The first thing to take note of is your body posture and position must be right. Many a times when we are very, very nervous, it's very easy for our body posture and position to actually go in a misaligned manner. So when it is misaligned, what happens is that the column of air that is coming out through your vocal apparatus as a result of the interaction of your diaphragm, your intercostal muscle, and your lungs, right? Having air in and out of your lungs, this interaction, as it pushes the column of air out through the vocal apparatus, that creates the, we call it the acoustics, the resonance, the strength, and the tonal quality of your voice. That itself is not channeled effectively. So make sure the one thing that you want to take care of would be your posture, feet shoulder width apart. Try not to balance your entire body weight on one leg. Feet shoulder width apart. It's a more stable position. Shoulders not slouch in a relaxed position. So how do you feel more relaxed? Take a deep breath in first. Feel your lungs expand. It rises. Feel the cool air rush in. Feel it, feel it. So take your time, feel it, and just fill your lungs with air. And when you let it out with a sigh, make some noise, make a sound, and feel the entire body relax. Feel the entire body relax and don't rush in this process. You do it for a few times and you can feel your body naturally is more relaxed and your shoulders fall in place. It's no longer in this tense manner. And finally, chin parallel with the ground. The problem with the position is that some individuals, they hold cue cards and hold it at such a high level, it crosses the chin level. So of course your voice is going to be projected here. It's going to be projected towards where you want it to go. You either bring your neck down or you bring the notes up. It's definitely not a good position to go to. Make sure your chin is parallel with the ground and have your notes not cross your chin level. So that's certainly going to help.